KSEE 24 brings you a lifestyle show from women you know. Now Central Valley Today.
Welcome everyone to Central Valley Today. I'm Lindsay Pena and we have made it to the middle of the week.
It's going by fast, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm Alex Delgado and it is all about reading today. It's National Library Week and we're celebrating by highlighting everything the Fresno County Library has to offer.
Including a new library in the mall. It's the first of its kind in the entire nation where you can go to the mall to check out books.
Plus, UFC champion fighter Josh Koscheck is here with how he's giving back to the community in a big way. Details on the free community days that he's offering over at his Fresno gym.
And we're making Easter baskets and cupcakes with the Sugar Fairies, the two sister-in-laws who started their own custom candy buffets. They're getting everything set up and it looks so cute and so good.
Oh, I know, I love it because it's so colorful and that's what Easter's all about, being colorful. But on this Bookmobile Day, did you know that it was Bookmobile Day today, Lindsay?
I have to confess I didn't until you said that.
Well, that's why we're here, to let everyone know these things. We begin by highlighting a local author. Colton Parson started writing his first book when he was a sophomore in high school and had no idea how long it would take to complete. That was back in 2007. After graduating from high school, he suffered through his mother's death, moved back and forth from California to Michigan. It took him 5 years to complete the book of a 4-book series called Diamond.
And we are welcoming to the show now 23-year-old author Colton Parson. Thanks so much for being with us.
Absolutely, I'm glad I could be here.
Wow, okay, so 23 and you have already written 4 books, is that correct?
No, just
one. Or the
one
first
book.
In the series?
Yes, just the first in the series. I'm currently working on book 2, which is called Emerald.
Okay.
What is your book about?
Basically what it's about is it follows a young man named Colton Parson, and he's 18 years old, just graduated high school, and his town and his family are keeping a secret from him that is detrimental to his life. He is just thinking that this life he has is regular and everything, he's going to go off to college, become a photography major. It's all a lie. His entire life is a lie, and he's supposed to be this hero of eternity called the Illuminator to protect the world from these two dark beings called the Betrayer and the Shadow.
Wow. So where did you get the inspiration for this story? Because it's definitely, I mean, it doesn't sound like it's based on any kind of real life experience.
Well, it's funny. Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. No, but I got the inspiration mostly from movies. Like, one of my favorite movies is Bridge to Terabithia. I love the idea of a childhood-like imagination and just living in that. And I mostly got the idea of just from shows I've watched or books I've read, just the style of writing I do, and just out of pure imagination, because I thought one day, you know what, I want to write a book. I've always told myself I don't have enough, attention span to do that, but you know what, I'm going to try it. And I did, I pushed myself.
And you started writing when you were a sophomore in high school.
That's correct.
And most teenagers at that age aren't thinking about being authors, but there are a lot of young kids who are so creative in how they think, and they even talk to themselves. My 10-year-old talks to himself and he makes up stories in his mind. Is that kind of how you were when you were a child, and that did you know that you wanted and should put all these thoughts into paper?
Yeah, actually, it's funny that you bring that up, because in elementary school, me and my friends would always just like play on the blacktop. We were made fun of because we were the outcasts or whatever you want to call us, but we would make worlds up and characters in our heads and totally play out every single possible scenario. And I was very imaginative. I didn't really write a lot of stories when I was a kid. That's the weird thing, is my friend in elementary school, he was more of the writer, and it wasn't until about middle school or maybe even high school that I actually started writing poetry, and I started getting into this, and like, well, maybe I do have a knack for this. Yeah.
So how challenging was this to actually complete this book? Because you're right, not a lot of people, one, even attempt to write a book or finish one.
It was very difficult. I found myself really struggling with perseverance and just to keep at it. I would have my dad or my family or friends just say, you know what, Corey, if it was easy, everyone would do it. Yeah. And that's the thing, is that, I wanted to do this. I chose to do this, and I was going to finish it, whether, you know, I liked it or not.
Do you ever worry that this may not be your career, or or do you ever worry about making a living out of being an author? How are you going to do that in the future?
I honestly worry about that sometimes. I mean, that being an author, being a novelist, it does have its risks. But I do plan on going to school for film because I want to be a director and a screenwriter. But as far as noveling goes, it's my passion. It's what I'm always going to do. Whether I make a living in it or not, it's what I love to do, and I'd rather be happy and make very little money than be miserable and do something I hate.
I love that.
That's very inspiring.
Well said.
What do you want young people to know, kids who maybe are growing up feeling a little like you did when you were younger? What, I guess, would be your message to them?
Don't stop. If you love doing something, don't stop writing, don't stop acting, don't stop whatever it is that you love doing. And if people tell you you can't, that should just give you fuel that much more to say, I can. And honestly, from my personal view, I do think that all the glory goes to God, because if it wasn't for God in my life, I don't know where I'd be, especially with what happened with my mom and everything. But definitely pray about it and just keep pursuing, because it will happen. You can follow your dreams.
Wow. Wow. You're very impressive, and you make us want to have a lot of faith as well. So thank you so much for being here. But before we go, where can you get the book?
Amazon.com. It's both available physically and digitally on Kindle, or through the Kindle app. And also, if you go to the Woodward Park Library, I think there's about 2 signed copies there that you can check out if they're still there.
Wow, good, good. Diamond by Corey Parsley. It sounds fascinating. It sounds even better than all those movies that are popular right now. What are they, Lindsay?
Like the trilogy.
Yeah,
like
all those. That's kind of, yeah. This sounds a whole lot better.
Real quick, Corey, who would this be good for? Or what age group?
This would be definitely good for elementary school to probably young adult, but I have heard that older adults, like 40s and 50s, have enjoyed it because of the supporting characters in it. So, yeah, anybody could read
Something
it.
for everyone. Thanks, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely.
So nice meeting you.
So nice meeting you too.
All right, still to come on Central Valley today. The next time you go to the mall, don't forget your library card.
The library at Sierra Vista Mall, that's the first of its kind in the entire country.